That's already like a little bit too much. I would dare to say that 1-1 that would be normal behavior into final. A 2-0 that might just fall in straight into what a lot of people have talked about, that this might be a 4-0, 4-1 kind of game.
Well, if it does fall into a 3-0 before the halftime show, they do have Afghan that's going to be coming up to give them the morale, to give them the voice of melody that they need to come back in towards this series here. And with Nova on towards the blue side and Nongshim RedForce on towards the red side in this game too, we will be starting our match here. Both mid lanes going in for a 1v1. Illusion already clearing that mid lane with that fast clear. That's the perks and benefits of playing a Garuda.
No, the Garuda for me, like the best pick over there in mid lane in terms of team game, right? Like if you're able just to clean up the wave quickly and then just make your movement, that's the best that you can do for your team. Look at that Illusion. Immediately the rotation comes in a lot faster than Wendy.
Yeah, and we do see a level 2 being secured coming in for the side of Namu already here, but the fact that Illusion got the first clear due to the nature of the hero, it allowed Nongshim RedForce to pick up that fire beak here. A good stun on towards the side of Siri here, but no connection coming in for the side of Wendy here. So this is a neutralized play coming in for the side of Nongshim.
But you can start already seeing, right? Like the focus is gonna be on the farm lane. The farm lane is gonna be the main focus of these first minutes, just trying to get an advantage in there. And they're gonna leave Bratel and Xuan just to throw hands in there on the clash lane.
Yeah, beautiful engage on towards Waypit here. Has to pop the flash on towards the Diadea here. So that's going to be a 2-minute cooldown for the Nova Roamer.
Konglin over here coming and just sharing the gold with Xuan. He's going to just TP and come in and take even more gold in the mid lane. Right now, Konglin is just onto that financial growth kind of business.
I think it makes sense, right? Because you are utilizing Wendy as a utility mage and playing Assassin jungle, so whatever you can actually get off, you need to put it into the pockets of Konglin and make sure that he dominates this game. And we do see an aggressive play coming in towards the mid side here. Namu using the flash, spell 2, isn't able to get Konglin. Beautiful new move reset coming in from the Nova Luna.
All right, the city key for today. Thank you very much for being here on the grand finals. Walk on Fire is going to be the first city key, and the second one's going to be Sparkling. A 4 instead of an A there for the Sparkling. Those are going to be the 2 city keys for our last day of the KSI4. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here with us.
Yeah, enjoy the HOK Esports. Enjoy the competitiveness coming in for both of these two teams, because these two teams, they are not going down without a fight here. As we approach slowly to the 4th minute mark, I would have to say Nongshim RedForce is doing a pretty good job in limiting Muchi's lane prowess here, constantly sending Illusion down to put focus in that 3v2. Never a 2v2, always a 3v2 in favor of Nongshim.
Being able just to get there a lot faster than what Wendy can do has been a very big advantage for Nongshim RedForce, and they've been able to capitalize out of that. 40 seconds away from the first Tyrant, so let's wait and see if they can force something out of Nova in these little exchanges before that.
Haku
Look at
coming
that.
in with the Hardened J Seal, doesn't get the execution on towards Muchi here. That's 2 big ultimates that won't be available later on in that team fight, but at the cost of Muchi burning that flash. That was really close in almost getting Muchi in that play.
It is exactly what Nongshim RedForce needed to do, right? Like right before the 4-minute mark, if I can get Muchi out of there and I can get the kill, that's gonna set up the table for them to do that. Look at that, one more time, they're gonna go in for the jump.
Ooh, Waypit has a very good positioning there, making sure that Muchi stays near the walls and making sure that Haku doesn't get the jump on towards the Nova channel. Okay, we do see a beautiful board forcing the flash out of the hands of Siri here. This Tyrant goes in easily for the side of Nova Esports, and they back off cleanly in this first play.
They can read that Nongshim RedForce wanted to make the jump. They hesitated, did not do that, and then Konglin made the decision to jump in directly in for that Tyrant. Comes in and he gets onto 2 over here in the mid lane.
Oh, the execution. Wendy catches Haku on towards the wall with that spell 1 and forces him to dismount from the wall. And with that play, this Crimson Golem goes in easily to the hands of Nova Konglin. And if they want to, if they have information, that Azure Golem might be the next target here.
Yeah, you can see that right over there. Waypit just told him Azure Golem is here, free for grabs. what do you want to do? And then he says, I bet, give me that, I'll take that one, and now we can share our own.
And with that play alone, it's already a 1,000 goal lead in favor for the side of Kong Lane. And towards the top side here, we see a bit of a tip attack coming in for Shren. Popping the Grandmaster 4 to zone out Rattel from that laning phase here. But jungle is such a big gap between Kong Lane and Haku right now.
Yeah, exactly. Just giving the kill over there to Nova Esports is not as painful as the fact that the one falling was Haku. That fate could not fall right over there because it's already a 1,200 gold advantage that Kongling has on top of his counterpart.
We do see a lane swap here coming in for Nongshim RedForce, trading sides here. They do take that top tier 1, but at the expense of that bottom tier 2, going into the hands of Nova Esports and towards the mid lane here. Illusion has to take the recall, so this mid lane for this upcoming wave will be a dangerous one for the side of Nongshim.
I'm telling you right now, Nova not only controlling the game, but controlling the waves, right? Like if they have over there already taken onto that tier 2 turret, that's going to be good things for them.
But Haku overextending into that play here. He thought he could get the kill on towards Wave Pit, but the heals coming in from the Bond Weaver ultimate does put her back into a comfortable state. And with Haku once again falling during the spawn of the buffs, both of these buffs are going to be invaded by the side of Nova Kong Lane.
Look at that, and then immediately the whole rotation coming in from Nongshim RedForce is just to go and just protect the blue buff, right? They want to go and protect the blue buff, but then to what cost? Right now it's going to be Haku, the one that does not have the blue. The blue is going to go to someone else.
Yeah, Siri does have to forcefully take it because if it's left there, Nova's going to be like, oh, that's a freebie. Definitely going to come over to pick that up. Namu uses the Spotting Troop, has to back away, because look at the gold rank. Number 1, Nova carry. Number 2, Nova carry. Number 3, Nova carry. And towards the bottom side here, ultimate straight up between both Clash laners here. Nice hit towards the wall here, Rattel. No towers to back off over to. One more shot coming from Muchi, but
Muchi!
From Nongshim RedForce here. What a key misplay coming in from the Nova Esports marksman.
Oh, we gotta call them as we see them, man. And right over there, Muchi might have just turned things around in there because he wanted to go in for the kill. He was just being a little bit too greedy, and then he was faced with a 1v4. Now Haku's in trouble. He needs to run away, jumps onto the wall, but he still is going to fall.
But I think this is an okay kill coming in for Nongshim RedForce. Yes, you do lose Haku, but you get the one of the late game carries coming in for Nova Esports. So that Daybreaker wouldn't be that fast here, but nice setup here coming in from Rattel to put Wendy in towards his face, but a counterboard to catch on towards Rattel. Rattel with no flash will be the victim of this exchange.
Wendy tanked in so much in there, and he still had his passive available, so he could actually run away out of this engage. It is going to be right now 8 minutes of the game, and already a 4,000 gold advantage for Nova. Nongshim RedForce need to contest this Tyrant.
I don't think they can here with a 4,000 goal lead for the hands of Nova Esports. Teamfights will be extremely difficult for the red side right now. You can see river control is totally in the favor of Nova. If they overextend, they will be going into a full board that's going to be casted by the board master coming in from Wendy.
That's a beautiful thing about having Wendy's E-Seeing available, right? E-Seeing just casting over there the board. It just, in the moment that you have like a very big fight, it is a really, really important skill.
Look at that board, just casually zoning every single member coming in from Nongshim from defending that mid-tier 1. Losing that mid-tier 1 opens up so much map pressure for some Nova Esports to consistently enter the enemy jungle here and towards the bottom side here. Difficult stuff coming in for Haku here, unable to defend against Shren, and Kong Ling playing hyper-aggressively, forcing the flash out of Namu. Beautiful set coming in for Rattel, putting Kong Ling on towards the wall. 1-4 exchange already here, and we see a fatal arrow to land the finalizing shot on towards Illusion. Haku forces the 2-for-2, but it is still in favor for the side of Nova Esports. With the Vanguards marching through bottom side, this might just be a bottom tier 3.
Oh, I'm really sorry. It's only Siri and Namu, the ones that are going to try to clean the waves. And the problem is that they have Vanguards to try to clean in here. The turrets take a lot of damage. They're down 50% of his HP over there in the mid lane and in the farm lane. Right now, things looking good for Nova. We're gonna make it to 10 minutes, and it's gonna have to be Haku as he comes out of the fountain just to come in and see that his Azure Golem is gonna be one more time harassed by Nova.
Yeah, Nova just getting vision of this certain objective here. Calling wants to go in for the steal here, but is forced away by the Wings of Judgment coming in for the side of Illusion here. Nongshim RedForce starting off this Shadow Tyrant in towards the bottom side here. Ratel wants to look for a specific engage. The Hardened JC does secure its mark here. Shred pops the Grandmaster Forge on towards Siri, going for a 1v1. Gets the first kill here. Nova Esports having blinking health bars here for Shred to the rescue. Getting back-to-back kills for the side of Nova Esports here. Although Haku does get few kills coming back in towards his pockets here, but he is the single sole member for the side of Nongshim, and he will be taken down. And with the final death timers here, this will be game 2 going into the hands of Nova Esports.
Nova Esports one more time, they come in, they win a big fight, and then after the ace, the base is going to follow. 2-0 advantage for Nova Esports in this KSI4 Grand Final.
Wow, already a very convincing lead in a BO7 series for the side of Nova here. 2-0, so they are 1 point away from securing match point in KSI4. For Nongshim, it's not the time to panic. It's the time to settle yourself down, think of a specific draft that could be potentially useful against Nova Esports in the upcoming Game 3.
The problem in here, I do not think it's a matter of the draft. I do believe that the draft was actually pretty good for Nongshim RedForce. I do believe that the draft worked really well for them. The problem was the execution of it. The execution was not on point. The problem is that Haku keeps falling again and again and again and again. And then if the Fade is not available in there, it becomes so squeezy. Who's going to contest these big fights?
I think that's the problem, right? When we're talking about two jungle assassin matchups, the mid to late game revolves heavily around the two junglers. And when you pick out the Fade coming in for Nongshim Haku, in your mind, you're thinking like, okay, I want to invade against the Luna with my ultimate to guarantee that steal on the Azure Golem. But what happened actually was, after the Tyrant, we see Haku's Fade, 50% health, but getting chunked out by the Taken's Liberty coming in from Wendy's Yixing, pulling him down from the wall. And if he died there, which he did, he loses all his buff in one certain rotation, immediately setting himself back 1,000 gold deficit against his jungle counterpart Kong Ling. So ever since then, it's already